Curtis Means. Remember that name. I sent out a tweet today that I want to further explain. I said, I've long believed and have said, both on radio and television, that medical science advancement poses a greater risk to the abortion status quo than any court. And this is precisely the type of case that I had in mind. The case of Curtis Means, which I just read about today. Here's the headline from the BBC. I could also pull the headline from the Guinness Book of World Records. A U.S. boy born at 21 weeks and a day, weighing under a pound, has certified as the world's most premature baby to survive. Curtis Means was delivered in Birmingham, Alabama last year, weighing just 14.8 ounces. The Guinness World Records confirmed that Curtis, who is now thriving at 16 months old, set a new record. A full-term pregnancy is usually 40 weeks, making Curtis nearly 19 weeks premature. His mother, Michelle Butler, went into labor, was rushed to the hospital on the 4th of July of 2020 as Independence Day fireworks filled the night sky. She gave birth to twins. At lunchtime the next day, sadly, the twin, Curtis's twin, passed away. He spent 275 days in the hospital, was taken off a ventilator after 3 months, and then discharged, as I say, after spending 3/4 of a year in the hospital. So why do I think the case of Curtis Means is of such great significance in the abortion realm? You know that abortion is back on the docket in front of the Supreme Court of the United States. There were just arguments in a Texas case very uniquely written that would ban abortion as early as 6 weeks of gestational age. This is the law that, when I say cleverly written so as to withstand challenge, because enforcement is left to private citizens. The argument didn't go well for those who wish to limit abortion rights. I think there's zero prospect of anything coming from the Texas case. But looming large on the horizon is the Mississippi case called Dobbs. And Dobbs will be argued December 1, which, think about it, means we'll get the decision next spring. We'll be into 2022, the year of the midterm elections. And so just as the court is getting ready to break for summer, and just as we are all about to begin the summer months in 2022, we will get the result of the Mississippi case. The Mississippi case would ban abortion beyond 15 weeks. It was 1973 that the Roe versus Wade decision came down, establishing the principle that your right to an abortion is dependent upon viability. It's dependent upon the gestational age of the fetus, and up until the point of viability, there's a right to an abortion, which I've always said I think is predicated on bad law. Where in the 14th Amendment do I turn for some discussion of a point of viability? The answer is nowhere. So legally speaking, I've always had a very difficult time justifying the decision, but practically speaking, I think it's probably the right call. And that's long been my view. In 1992 came the Casey decision, which stands for the proposition that there can be regulation of abortion pre-point of viability, but it can't cause undue burden to be placed on a woman's right to an abortion. I hope I'm not overcomplicating this. Abortion law in the United States, by virtue of the Roe versus Wade decision, is entirely predicated on when that fetus is viable outside the womb. And the point of viability is generally accepted here in the United States for this purpose to be 24 weeks. I'll say it more simply. There's a pretty much unfettered right to an abortion in the United States by virtue of Roe versus Wade up until week 24, which takes me back to Curtis Means. Because as per my tweet, I said, I've long believed and have said that medical science and medical science advancement poses a greater risk to the abortion status quo than any court. And this is precisely the type of case that I had in mind. Curtis Means was viable outside the womb at 21 weeks, not 24 weeks. I'm not saying that abortion law in the United States is going to completely shift because of this Alabama infant, but it underscores and reaffirms my belief that medical science, medical advance is definitely going to slide that scale from 24 weeks. Will it go to 21? I don't know. Will it go further than 21? I probably won't live to see it. But my view is, even with a 6-3 conservative court, very Trump-inspired, very pro-life, people believe about those conservative justices, I think medical science is going to have more to say than even the Supreme Court of the United States about abortion, ultimately. And Curtis Means, Godspeed to you, Curtis Means. I wish you a long and healthy and happy life, but I think this is a real milestone in that discussion. Post a comment here, share this with a friend, tell me what you're thinking, and thank you for watching.